We finish off a good week 16 with Monday Night Football. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're here to talk a little more foosball. That's right, we got some football action on Monday Night Football between the Saints and the Packers. What a beauty, but Sunday was absolutely a beauty. We won over 3 units. We will go over the entire recap in just a little bit, but it was nice to just have things come together, especially this late in the season. So, a couple quick reminders. No NBA games on Tuesday, but there are NBA games on Monday, tomorrow or today, whenever you're watching this. We will have a video out right after this one for the Monday slate. And then we should be able to get a video out for both NBA and NFL games on Christmas. We'll have to record it early. But our goal is to get preview best bets videos out for that Christmas Day games. Hopefully get some winners there and all that. But as you guys know, busy week with Christmas. Again, hope everyone has a safe and great Christmas this week with their families and all that. But just wanted to give you guys a couple quick reminders if I could talk. But let's get right into it. And that means it is dad joke time. Here we go. This one's not very good. I'm not going to lie. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. I just can't put it down. If I used that one already, I apologize. In this video, we're going to recap Week 16, and then we're going to preview and give our best bets out for the Saints and Packers. It's ugly. I'm not going to lie, it's ugly. And then we're going to finish it up with the recap. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 35,000 subscribers. And I saw some of you guys in the chat for the Kyle Kerms live show Sunday morning. Appreciate you guys coming out and supporting and watching the video. And by the way, if you're not already, go subscribe to Kyle Kerms' channel. It is awesome. So that's what I got, but let's get into it. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. It was a beautiful week 16 so far. We start out with those Saturday games, which we don't usually have to review Saturday games. But here we go. It was a 1-1 split, half unit each. Nothing, no harm, no foul. But Houston plus 9.5, under 48.5 in that game. A teaser. It was a little sweaty at the end, I'm not going to lie, but it came through. Luckily, Kansas City slid and ran the clock out. Otherwise, the under wouldn't have hit, or none of them would have hit. But second one, Lamar, 40-plus rush yards, Baltimore money line. Lamar just didn't want to run with his legs. He had plenty of opportunities in that game with lots of space in front of him, but he just didn't run a lot, didn't get it done. I think he 20, 25 yards, something like that. Either way, split there, but now we move to Sunday. The game bets, Lions -6. Never a doubt, this Bears team has completely given up on the season. They are absolutely horrendous. Under 42.5 Minnesota, Seattle. I think I have to stop betting my Seattle Seahawks games because I can't get a feel at all. It actually got closer in the fourth quarter, but the first half just had way too much scoring. And unfortunately, my Seahawks also lost a tough game with a pick at the end of the game. But 49ers team total under 23.5. It wasn't that sweaty, and then it got a little sweaty. I don't know what really happened at the end. The Dolphins scored when I thought they were just going to kneel down and run the clock out. But either way, it stayed under. And then player props. Another great player prop day. 4-1. Bucky Irving just got it done on Sunday Night Football. Early third quarter cash. Cam Little was the one loss. It was just a little bet, though. Half unit. That team didn't even attempt a field goal. I mean, the Jags were terrible offensively today. That's why you do half units, I guess, on kicker props. James Conner under 107.5 of rush plus receiving. When you have a number as high as 107.5, you don't expect to cash that early, and he absolutely did. The Panthers' run defense is one of the worst in NFL history. It just absolutely is. Nice, easy winner. I don't even know what he ended up with. It was a crap ton. Terry McLaurin under 62.5 receiving yards. If Devontae Smith catches a catch to run the clock out on third down, the Eagles win, and the Commanders don't get one last drive. But they did. They threw it to him a couple times. They made me sweat. They added 5 gray hairs to me. He ended with 60, and we still cashed that bet. And then Joe Burrow, 3+ touchdowns, an added play that I really liked today. He had 2 in the first half, and then somehow they were still throwing at the end of the game. I'll take a break on that one. And he throws the third for a plus 142 banger. Gotta love it. Half unit play. And anytime touchdowns, 1 and 2, we lost like a tenth of a unit or something like that on this one. It was not much at all. Anthony Richardson touchdown. Jalen Hurts never a chance. I mean, first drive, concussion, out for the game, as you guys all know. So nothing we can do there. Okonkwo touchdown. I think he had like 8 catches. I mean, you gotta love having a guy at plus 500 be that involved in the offense. But unfortunately, he just did not find the end zone. So Week 16 with those Saturday games, 8-5 plus 3.02 units. Now let's check out page 2 and see what we got here. Here's the breakdown for the season overall. It's nice to see the plus 6.34. I still want more, obviously, but we are trending in the right direction last couple weeks. There's the game bets as we've struggled a little bit, but this weekend was 2-1. Then player props been carrying us up 13.39 units. Gotta love that. ladder parlays, which we haven't done in a few weeks. Trends parlay, almost won, but I think it was one leg short. Again, those aren't official. So overall record, there it is. 134, 129, up 6.34 units on the year. Let's keep climbing and get this momentum as we move into the playoffs. So that's what I got for the recap. And now it's time for Monday Night Football. All right, we head out to Lambeau Field where the Green Bay Cheeseheads host the New Orleans Saints. Packers minus 14. Total in this game is 42. Before we get into some best bets, let's talk preview and trends. The first preview of this game is it's absolutely disgusting. It really is. I probably wouldn't be betting this if this was just on the slate on a Sunday, but you know what? It's Monday Night Football. We got to talk about it. We got to give you guys some ideas and bets. But let's talk spot real quick. Packers, it's a tough spot here for them. Primetime win versus Seattle in that last week. A big game versus the Vikings next week as well. But it is primetime, so it's kind of hard to not imagine a team getting energized. Saints coming off a loss due to a failed 2-point conversion last week against the Commanders. Now let's talk some notable injuries. Let's just say the entire Saints offense, or all the good players. Derek Carr is still out. Alvin Kamara is out for this game. MVS is questionable, the receiver. Taysom Hill obviously out for the season. Olave and Shaheed have been out for a long time, and they still will be. There's not many offensive weapons left for the Saints team, and Spencer Rattler, who will be starting this game. Packers cornerback Jair Alexander is questionable. That's the only real notable injury. Against the spread numbers, Saints 2-4 against the spread on the road. Packers 4-3 ATS at home. 3-2 ATS is the home favorite. 39-12 straight up, and 31-20 against the spread under Matt LaFleur at home, and then 3-3 ATS as 10 or more point favorites. Saints 3-3 to the over/under. Packers 4-2-1 to the under at home. The Packers over/under 3-3. That is on the road. So that's the preview for the game. No one wants to hear much more about it. I got one bet. It's a half unit play. And then after this, we're going to talk a couple props to consider because, again, tread carefully on this game. Props when we could see a blowout are dangerous. So I'm going to give you my best bet, and then we'll just kind of talk through some other ones. But my best bet is the Packers minus 7.5 in the first half. That's right, minus 110 for a half unit. It's going to be the Saints' only second road game since November 3rd. That's insane to even think about. The only other road game was against the awful New York Giants, and they won 14-11. What a beauty. But like I mentioned, they're going to be out a lot of key guys. So in Spencer Rattler's 3 other starts, for just the first half, they had that's 6 first half quarters. I did the math for you, 3 times 2. You're welcome. But for those 5 of those 6 quarters, they scored a total of 6 points in the first half. It was not pretty. Now, they did have one blow-up quarter of 27 points against the Buccaneers. So I don't know where that came from, but it was out of nowhere. So now he has to do it without all his weapons, including Kamara, who he's had Kamara whenever he started. Packers defense been solid at home. They've actually been pretty just solid in general this year. They're only allowing 18.1 points per game this season at home. And they've been solid on both parts of it. The run game, the pass game, 9th best in yards per play overall this season. Top 10 rushing defense, which is surprising because in the past years, they are a team. We've kind of made fun of them even earlier this year, kind of that Swiss cheese defense. There's holes everywhere to run through, but you know what? They've been a lot better. So when it comes to quarterback pressure, they've been average. We did see them just demolish my Seattle Seahawks last week in our O-line, which was just bad that day. So they have potential to have a good game here. This will be one of their easiest matchups of the season. Again, it's Spencer freaking Rattler and no weapons around him. So their team total is like 13.5 for a reason. First half numbers in the last 3 games, Packers are averaging 14 points per game in the first half. Technically 13.9, but 14 sounds better. Saints are averaging 4.3. That's right. You can't make that up. 4.3 points per game. Now no Alvin Kamara. That's second behind only the Bears. Going into Sunday's game against the Lions, which they did score, the Bears were averaging 0.0 in the first half. That's crazy. So I'm going to take the first half spread because if you kind of bet this whole game of 14, you could get some tomfoolery stuff going on. You know, at the end of the game, you're up 16, and all of a sudden they're playing prevent defense. The team scores backdoor, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to take the first half because they're going to play hard, and I expect them to be up by 10 plus. I just need them to be ahead by 8 plus. So that's going to be my best bet. They're just a better team overall. Prime time, they should get up for it at home here in Lambeau Field, and the Saints are just an absolute mess. So my best bet in this game is the Pack minus 7.5 in the first half. And if I have any added plays, it'll be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. But let's talk some props to consider as well. We got Jordan Love under 231.5 passing yards is going to be the first one. So again, these are not official bets. These are just plays that I'm thinking about. The Saints have been better versus the pass recently. 12th in defensive pass coverage DVOA, 6th in defensive pass success rate with a big spread, cold temperatures in Lambeau. I see them trying to run the ball, get out of this game healthy. I don't think they're going to try to run up the score and pass and put Jordan Love in bad situations. I also like Jacobs over carries, but the only problem with that is if it is a blowout, he might not be the one getting the carries in the fourth quarter. So, but Jordan Love under or over in 6 of 12 games, 3 of the last 4 he's been under this. It's just kind of a play script, and the Saints are a team that you can run on quite a bit, and the weather and everything. I just don't see this as being a huge passing game. So I like Love under 231.5. Second one, Kendre Miller under 53.5 rush yards. We don't know a lot about this kid. Like I mentioned, the Packers run defense has been pretty solid this year. Miller is the guy taking over for Alvin Kamara. He's only had 28 carries this season. He's a 22-year-old running behind a bad offensive line. And I expect the Packers, when on defensively this game, I expect them to load the box because they're going to want to make Rattler beat him. They're not going to want to get run all over or anything like that with no weapons on the outside and Spencer Rattler. I just see them kind of loading the box and forcing him to throw. So, and of course, second half game script here could mean they completely abandon the run as well. So, Kendre Miller under 53.5, something to look into. And then Jordan Love under 231.5 pass yards. Again, these are plays that I just want to kind of talk through with you guys. You guys go do your own research. Maybe you like it or maybe you fade it, whatever it is, but not an official bet or anything. Just kind of wanted to give you a few more props. So, that's what I got for Monday Night Football. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The one and only bet. Packers first half -7.5, -110 on FanDuel is what I got it. This is already moving on some books, by the way. So if you can only get 8.5, I completely like it. I think they're going to be up 10 plus in this game. If it was 8.5, I would still take this bet. So no changes there. Just want to let you guys know. But that is my one and only bet for Monday Night Football. Again, the NBA best bets video for that huge slate on Monday will be out after this one. And then we'll have some videos out Monday or Tuesday for the Christmas Day games, NFL and NBA. Thanks again for watching. Again, hope everyone has a great Christmas week. I appreciate the support day in and day out. But hope you have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.